Hey everyone, it's Hidesh. It's been a while since my last video, but today we're going to take a look at a very famous game that was played between OYAMA and Masuda. It was played on April 22nd, 1958 as the first game of the 17th Meijin title match. And we see a very famous and brilliant move by Masuda. So let's check it out. Oh, and also, just as the last video, this game was also covered in the comics Gekka-no-Kishi, Shogi Players in Moonlight. So I'm going to show the corresponding scenes in this video. Alright, now let's go ahead. Black is OYAMA and white is Masuda. But here, white Masuda is playing static rook, so he's not using that Masuda style third file rook. It seems they're going for Yagura game. 04B. Uh, 2F, 06B, 04H, 5D, 5F. Pawn 7D, a little bit earlier than usual. Gold 5H from the right, gold 3B, and pawn to 3F. OYAMA does that too. And silver to 7C. So it seems it's not an ordinary Yagura anymore. You see they push these pawns, that means they're thinking about a rapid attack. Masuda has already moved the silver to here. OYAMA does that too. He pushes the pawn to 2E, threatening a pawn push in the next move. And normally white should protect that square with the silver, right? But Masuda ignores it, and he goes ahead with silver to 60. Alright, this is already very exciting. Okay, black goes for the second file, of course. Pawn 2D, pawn trade there, and pawn up to 2C, and rook goes back to 2E. Very interesting. It's mobile along this rank. Alright, but white goes ahead, pawn to 5E, blocking that rank. Pawn takes and silver takes it. Yeah, the silver is protected with that bishop, so he's fine. But here's a very interesting pawn drop to 5F. Well, the thing is, white can't take it, because if he does that, another pawn drop to 5G, and look at this. This silver is actually dead. But it's not so simple. White can then attack this rook to force it to get out of that rank. But if he does that, black can just take it, and after the silver runs, it doesn't matter which way, black can take this bishop and drop it to here, right? A very powerful fork. So the pawn drop on 2D is not gonna work. But how about knight to 3C attacking the rook? Well then, you know, this bishop is blocked, so rook can go to here, forking the pieces. So white's gonna lose the silver. So anyway, white can take this pawn. So white plays silver to 6F, 6D, going back, and pawn 4F, and white keeps on going on the 7th file this time. Pawn 7E. Okay, black takes it. Well, white's not gonna take it, of course. The rook is protecting. But white's intention here is pawn drop. Yeah, of course, pawn drop to 7F, attacking the silver. You see, the silver is pinned, so silver has to go to 6F. Alright, now the 8G square is very weak, so white goes for there. Pawn 8E, so gold defense there. White goes ahead with pawn trade and pawn drop, and it goes back to 8D this time. Okay, silver 4G, and knight develops. And at this position, both kings haven't moved at all. But here finally black moves it to 4H, keeping it away from the battlefield. White plays gold to 6B. Okay, pawn 5E. Okay, then edge pawn to 90. It seems white is preventing a future threat of this bishop drop, I guess. Alright, knight develops to 3G. Now finally, white starts silver to 6C, offering a silver trade. Well, black doesn't want to take it because knight will come over. So what he did was he just moved the rook back to 2I. Well, you're going to see the reason later. White calmly pushed the other edge pawn to 1D, but then another interesting move. Gold to 6H from the right. Now you know what the meaning of these moves are? Well, what black is trying to do is he wants to bring his rook over to the central file and attack the king directly. So white knows that here, and he moves the king over to 4A. Okay, rook to 5I. Okay, another edge pawn to 1E. Very interesting. Maybe he's trying to make the rook even mobile along this rank. Okay, silver goes back to 5G. declines the silver trade, but here pawn promotion sack, pretty interesting. Black takes with the gold from the right, but now the bishop loses control of this pawn, so white takes the pawn on 5e. Well, if black took it with the bishop, trying to protect the pawn, well, I guess the silver will come over to here attacking the bishop, and the silver can promote to here, right? So, obviously black has to take it with the gold and bishop to 5e. Alright, but pawn to 6f, trying to kick the silver back, but here white makes a decisive move, and that was pawn drop to 5f. Well, actually black can't take this silver now, because the knight can come over here anytime attacking these squares, and the king is very dangerous. So black can't take it, and I guess maybe black should have moved the silver back to 6h. But actually black didn't do that, and he accepted that silver trade offer. He took the pawn with the silver upright. White takes it, and black takes it with the rook, attacking the bishop. Very powerful. So bishop goes back to 4d, pawn push, he has to go back. Okay, rook goes back to the 5i, but bishop to 2d, very powerful influence. So go to 6g sideways, knight leaps over to 3c, pawn to 2e, and bishop goes back. And here finally black makes a decisive move too. He moved the bishop to 7i, offering a bishop trade. So he awakened his sleeping bishop. Alright, white bravery accepted that bishop trade. Black recaptures with the rook, of course, because the gold is protecting this square. Alright, now white play pawn to 3e, making the rook mobile and also attacking the knight's head. And then silver drop to 2h. Very interesting. And Masuda's incredible moves are gonna start from here. And what black did was silver drop to 4f, protecting that knight. And maybe black thought white's next move was bishop drop here, pinning the knight, followed by this knight sack in the next move. But white didn't do that. What Masuda did was even more brilliant, and that was he just went ahead with taking the knight, losing material. If black takes it with the silver, maybe white can immediately drop that knight and make this fork. So black took it with the king. Well, so actually white can make another knight check to 2e. And let's say if king runs to this way, well, this edge attack would be a little bit uncomfortable for black. You know, the rook can come over to here anytime. So what black did was a very natural move. That was king to 4h. Well, yeah, it's pretty natural. But here, Masuda had a very cool move, and that was knight drop to 5e. Very cool sacrifice that is forking. Alright, black took it, but you see the next move, right? Bishop drop to 3g, forking the king and the silver. Okay, king runs, and bishop promotes to 5e. So white has recovered the material loss, and now the material balance is even, and white has managed to make a horse on a very powerful square. So white seems a little bit better. Okay, black drops the silver to 4f, trying to kick out that horse. Alright, now here, this is the position where Masuda made the very famous move. He didn't save his horse. You know what he did? Okay, let's see it. It was knight promotion to 3g. Cool. Okay, the question is, what happens if black just takes this horse? Well then, right, rook to 2d, threatening a very powerful rook promotion. And well, black didn't like it, so he couldn't take the horse. But if black leaves this position this way, white can just go ahead taking this silver, and you know, he has this silver sack, right? If black takes it, horse to 4f, threatening a silver drops here and here, also attacking the rook. So it's gonna be over. So what black could finally come up with at this position was knight drop to 3h. Well, the only defense that was possible at this position. very interesting knight drop too. Actually, this is cool, you know, because it's protecting this silver, that's preventing that threat I've shown you. And you know, if the rook comes over here, black can block it with dropping a pawn here. So it's pretty cool. But well, now white can calmly move his horse back to 6d, and black blocks it with pawn drop, but white can take the silver on 4g now. And finally, white is up material and also has made a horse. Now you can see a knight drop threat in the next move, so white played horse to 7e, also opening the rook's file, the rank. Well, I guess I might want to drop a knight to here, which is blocking the rook and forking these pieces. I think this is a good move, but black didn't do that. He moved the rook over to 2i, preventing that rook move to 2d. Pretty interesting. But the horse to 7d checking. Black had to drop the knight to 5f, so he can't drop it here anymore. Pawn to 3c. Very good. Black has to take with the silver, and pawn to 5d, attacking the knight's head. But bishop dropped to 4f, a very good counterattack. Pawn takes, but bishop takes, attacking the lance. White calmly blocks it, but black goes ahead, pawn to 3d, but silver dropped to 5d. Well, you know, actually this position is already good for white, so black desperately made his harsh attack here. He sacked his bishop to 3c. Wow, he takes it. Pawn promotion, gold takes it, and pawn drop to 3d. Well, it's pretty powerful, you know. Well, white can't take it because rook promotion is not so comfortable. So gold went back to 3b, but silver dropped to 3c. Is white alright? Well, he can calmly move his gold back again to 3a, leaving the 2c pawn unguarded. Well then, why not black go for it? Rook promotion. But this time, white's king is not in serious danger. Actually, it can leave a little bit longer. So, well, here comes a bishop fork on 6i. You know, the rook's protection isn't there anymore. And you know, white's attack is faster. Even if black goes ahead, this move seems a threat made. And, well, it's nothing to white's king. So, black couldn't take this pawn. So, what he did was silver to 3f. Not an effective move. Maybe he protected this pawn. But, king to 5e, early escape the king. A great move. Okay, pawn to 4d, but another early escape the king to 6a. Well, he sticks to the proverb. Okay, pawn to 5e, forcing the silver to get out of that square and promotes a pawn, but it seems desperate. The silver can now attack these squares. So, yeah, he dropped a pawn to 4f. Well, has to take it. If he runs, maybe pawn drop or bishop drop, whatever. So he took it with the knight, but after blocking king's head, white makes the final blow. Silver sack to 5f, gold takes, and knight drop to 5e. King has to run to 5g, and this was the final move. Silver sack to 4h, and black resigned. Well, obviously black has lost this game. Yeah, if black takes it, horse to 5f, forking the pieces, and directly attacking this square. So it was an extremely great game by Masuda. It was cool. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.